I am Dr. W. P. Gunade from Kamala Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the synthesis of organic compound via enolate ion formation. So as we know, there are in the organic some compounds are there, that is malonic ester or acetoacetic ester, in which the alpha hydrogen atoms are present, that is the carbon, alpha carbon, and hydrogen attached to alpha carbon is the alpha hydrogen atoms, and this alpha hydrogen atom is highly reactive and undergo the and forming the can be replaced easily, so it is very reactive. And this carbonyl group behind beside that the carbon is there, which is called alpha carbon, and after that beta carbon. So malonic ester and acetic ester contain the reactive methylene group, and this reactive methylene group from this it is reactive, and hydrogen from that group can be replaced, and in which the substitution can take place. So by using this enolate ion formation, number of organic compound can be synthesized. So here today we are going to discuss the malonic ester synthesis. Three steps are there. First step is the formation of enolate ion, second step is the alkylation of this enolate ion, and third is the carboxylation, decarboxylation, and the hydrolysis. So this is the third step. So three steps are there in every step of the formation of the organic compounds. So today we are discussing the malonic ester synthesis, and there are some compounds from the enolate ion. So today's topic is now organic synthesis via enolate ion formation, and as we know, important compounds are there. And before that, here what is the methylene reactive methylene group or active methylene group? So here this is shown alpha hydrogen. Here this is the carbonyl group, and this carbon attached to is the alpha. This is another side having this hydrogen attached to this carbon. So this is the alpha carbon, so attached with this hydrogen, and this hydrogen are the alpha hydrogen are usually acidic in nature, and this is the next to the alpha beta carbon is there. So this is beta hydrogen and are not acidic. So only the alpha hydrogens are acidic in nature, beta hydrogen are not acidic in nature. When methylene group CH2 is placed between the two strongly electron withdrawing groups such as carbonyl CN or O(C2H5) group, the hydrogen atom linked to the carbonyl become acidic and reactive. Such methylene group is called reactive methylene group. And the important characteristics of carbonyl compound is that hydrogen atom attached to the carbon atom adjacent to the carbonyl group are generally the acidic in nature, and these hydrogens are also called the alpha hydrogen, and the carbon to which they are attached is known as the alpha carbon. So this is what is the reactive methylene group. So CH2 is the carbon attached to carbonyl, the group is present which is called reactive methylene group, and two compounds are there of the which are having reactive methylene group. And so here first of all we are going to see what is the acidity of alpha hydrogen, and in this case what is the reactive methylene group. So in case of acidity of alpha hydrogen, we can say that alpha hydrogen of aldehyde or ketone are generally acidic in nature. The reason for this acidity of alpha hydrogen is quite simple. Due to electron withdrawing inductive effect of the carbonyl group, it withdraws electron from the adjacent carbon-carbon bond, and this makes alpha carbon electron deficient. The alpha carbon withdraw electron from the CH bond. As a result, electron density in the CH bond decreases. In other words, we can say that alpha hydrogen are only weakly held and hence can be easily abstracted by strong bases, giving amine which are stabilized by the resonance as shown here in this case. So here this is the resonance stabilized, and this is the structure one. So this is the CO group, and this is alpha hydrogen, and this is a strong base. This proton can be abstracted, and here is a negative charge, so H plus is removed. So this is the resonance structure of this, and HB this base and H is replaced. So this is the structure 1 and 2, they are each showing the resonance, and so it is the resonance orbit of the can be represented in this way. We can show the resonance structure of this carbonyl group with the alpha hydrogen. And in this case also we can say that when this resonance hybrid accept proton, it can do in two different ways. It can accept proton at carbon to form the original carbonyl compound called keto form, or it may accept proton at oxygen to form enol form. From this it shows that the presence of carbonyl group make alpha hydrogen acidic as compared to hydrogen of ordinary CH bond, but the acidic character of the simple aldehyde and ketone is very weak, and so alpha hydrogen, and it is generally acidic in nature. Now we are going to see the what is the malonic ester synthesis, and this is the structure of malonic ester synthesis. Here, structure of this malonic ester, this is are also known as diethyl malonate. So here this is the carbonyl group, and this is another carbonyl. This is diethyl malonate, and here malonic ester, and this is the CH2 reactive methylene group, and this carbon is the alpha carbon, and hydrogen attached to is the alpha hydrogen, and which are sufficiently acidic in nature. And in this case of alkylation of diethyl malonate, we know that the diethyl malonate or malonic ester is commonly known as active methylene compound, that is the alpha hydrogen present on the CH2 group are sufficiently acidic due to the presence of two electron withdrawing ester groups. The synthetic utility of this malonic ester depends upon the three steps are there: formation of enolate anion, alkylation of enolate anion, hydrolysis and decarboxylation. So these are the three steps in the synthesis of malonic ester or diethyl malonate. And first step is the formation of enolate anion. So this is the first step. Remember these three steps. So formation of enolate, and then alkylation, and then hydrolysis and the decarboxylation. So first step is the formation of enolate anion. In this step, due to the presence of acidic alpha hydrogen between the two electron withdrawing ester group in its molecule malonic ester, it is stronger acid than ethanol, and therefore when malonic ester is treated with the ethoxide ion, almost converting into the enolate anion. So this is the simple procedure, that is the formation of enolate anion shown here. This is the ethoxide ion, stronger base, and this is the malonic ester, stronger acid. This ethoxide abstract the proton, this H here, and CH5 it get removed. So here this is ethanol is removed, and here because of the removal of H plus and here having the negative. So this electron pair comes to this carbon, and so this is the negatively charged anion, and this is known as enolate anion. So this is the important part. This is the reactive, and so one proton H is abstracted by ethoxide and forming ethyl alcohol, and this is the negatively charged anion, and this is formation of enolate anion. So in this process, proton is abstracted by the ethoxide ion and forming this enolate anion formation. This is the step one, formation of enolate anion. And the second step is the alkylation. Second step is the alkylation of enolate anion, and in this case of alkylation of enolate anion, we can say that the enolate anion of malonic ester is a stronger nucleophile, and therefore it readily undergo SN2 reaction with the unhindered primary halide to give high yield of alkylation product. So here this enolate anion, this is the enolate anion, and react with the alkyl halide and primary alkyl. This alkyl group get attached here, and this X minus group is replaced. So here see now alkylation product of this compound malonic ester. So alkyl group attached here to this enolate anion. After this, this is the one alkyl group attached. So now there is also this ethoxide, sodium ethoxide react with this malonic ester. So here here first of all, one alkyl group get attached here to the this abstraction is taking place, and now CH5OH is replaced, and this one alkyl group attached here here, and after that again now another alkyl group when it is react with the alkyl halide, another this compound R dash is another alkyl group is attached. So in this way dialkyl malonic ester is formed. So monoalkyl, this is the monoalkyl, and this is dialkyl malonic ester is formed. So that means the methylene group is there reactive. So from this reactive methylene group we can replace one or we can replace two proton hydrogen present on the reactive methylene group. So here both the and we get the product monoalkyl or dialkyl malonic ester. So this is second step, and third step is the what is the step is the hydrolysis and the decarboxylation. So this is the third step, and in this case monoalkyl malonic ester obtained upon hydrolysis with aqueous alkali followed by acidification give the corresponding dicarboxylic acid, and these acids are thermally unstable and hence on heating above their melting point readily undergo decarboxylation and to form the monocarboxylic acid. And also we get here, this is the reaction, third step, hydrolysis and decarboxylation. So this is the monoalkyl malonic ester, and here react with the KOH and heat and C2H5, this C2H5O and H from this is replaced, and here K is two potassiums are coming here, and in this way, and two molecular C2H5OH is replaced. After hydrolysis with KOH, we get this K here, and acidification of this with two molecular HCl, and this K is replaced, two KCl and two H comes here. So 2OH carboxylic acid group cannot be only one carbon, this is unstable, and so water molecule get replaced. So here after replacing the decarboxylation is taking place, CO2 and replacement of CO2. So what is now RCH2COH compound is formed, RCH2COH. So this is dicarboxylic acid, and two COH group is present on the same carbon. So immediately there is a removal of CO2 group and forming decarboxylation and forming this monocarboxylic acid. In the similar way, if you take dialkylamine ester, then react with ACOH, forming here this type of the dicarboxylic acid on both the carbon, here COH. Again now there is a decarboxylation, and now here we get this monocarboxylic acid, and decarboxylation is taking place, CO2 is replaced, and dialkyls are there. So these are the two different types of carboxylic acids are formed. So in this case monocarboxylic acid is made, that is the dialkyl monocarboxylic acids are formed. So these are the three steps: formation of enolate anion, second is the alkylation, and third is the hydrolysis and decarboxylation. And we have to follow all these three steps for the synthesis of organic compound via enolate ion formation. So here synthesis of N-butyric acid is shown here, one example on the basis of Malloc ester synthesis and formation of enolate anion. So here butyric acid may be regarded as a ethyl substituted acetic acid, therefore ethyl group is to be introduced at the alkylation stage. So we have to remember the complete synthesis shown. So N-butyric acid, this is the formula of N-butyric acid, 4 carbons are there, and this is the N carboxylic acid. So N-butyric acid, 4 carbons are there, and here this is the group, that ethyl group we have to introduced in the alkylation stage. So butyric acid may be regarded as a ethyl substituted acetic acid, therefore, and here now this is the diethyl malonate, CS2COO C2H5 CO C2H5. Here react with the sodium ethoxide. What is then proton from the CH2 is abstracted, and we get enolate anion. So this is the enolate ion formation. React with the ethyl iodide. So ethyl group we have to introduce. So ethyl iodide when react, NaI is replaced, and what is now we get, this is the compound CSE CH2 CSCO C2H5 twice. So alkyl group is attached here. So this carbon. So this is now this compound. This is alkylation, and alkylation after the hydrolysis. With KOH we get this potassium, and then decarboxylation, and what is here, then acidification, we get two COH group on the same carbon. So here this after that CO2, because two COH are present on the same carbon, so CO2 get replaced, decarboxylation, and we get CH2 CH2COH. CO2 can be replaced, and CH2COH N-butyric acid is formed. So all the three steps shown here step by step. So this is the formation of enolate anion, this is formation alkylation, and this is the decarboxylation, and this is the hydrolysis and decarboxylation, we get the N-butyric acid. So all the three steps are here, formation of enolate anion, alkylation, and hydrolysis and decarboxylation. Another compound is there, isovaleric acid. Formula of isovaleric acid is this group, that is isopropyl group, we have to introduce at the alkylation stage. So this is the formula of isovaleric acid, and this group we have to introduce at the alkylation stage. Again similar, malonic ester or diethyl malonate, react with the sodium ethoxide, and then C2H5OH is replaced, and where we get the enolate ion formation first step. This is the enolate ion formation, and react with the this is the isopropyl bromide. So this NaBr get replaced, and this alkyl group is attached here. So this carbon attached this isopropyl group, and after that KOH react with, they undergo hydrolysis and forming this COH and hydrolysis and acidification. These COH groups are there. Again CO2 replacement, decarboxylation, and we get this isopropyl group CH2COH, isovaleric acid. So what is the compound we have to synthesize? According to that we have to do the alkylation. So that is important. So three steps are there in the synthesis of organic compounds by using the enolate ion formation. So these are the three steps. So remember always three steps. Number one is the formation of enolate anion, second is the alkylation of the enolate anion, and third is the hydrolysis and decarboxylation. These these three steps we have to use, we have to follow for the synthesis of monocarboxylic acid, dicarboxylic acid, also succinic acid. We are taking some example of the dicarboxylic acid in the next presentation. So here today we stop here, and so today we have seen the how the enolate ion is formed, what is reactive methylene group, and what is the malonic ester. It has how they react to methylene group, and we the alpha hydrogens are acidic in nature, and there are three steps to synthesize the malonic ester are acetoacetic. Here diethyl malonate, and synthesis consists of three steps. Step 1 is the formation of enolate anion, second is the alkylation, and third is the hydrolysis and decarboxylation. And these two compounds, isomalaric acid and N-butyric acid, we have seen that is the monocarboxylic acid is formed on the basis of these three steps and by using malonic ester as a reactive methylene compound.